only reason you're using someone else's strategy is because up until now, no one's given you a strategy yet of how to really come in and listen to yourself and know what your truth, the true you, how you really want to express. And when you get that, and that's going to be through your style essences, you are going to feel freaking amazing. And welcome to the first video on this YouTube channel in the pillar called Reflect. As we know in Rise, there's 4 pillars in Wearing Your Worth: Reflect, Insight, Style, and Embody. And in this one, we're going to start to undo some of your programs and patterns so we can get under those to get to your 3 style essences, which are the key to you really feeling so at home, so alive, so authentic, and so beautiful in your clothes and beyond. So today I want to talk about confidence. Is confidence a good thing to feel in your outfits? Now, most people would say, of course, we all yearn to feel confident in what we wear. And my answer to that is absolutely. However, I want you to think about this in a slightly different way. When we feel confident in what we wear, and that confidence is based upon someone else's opinion, someone else's compliments, someone else's responses to what we wear, then that actually is not confidence. That is more centered in a sense of performance. And sometimes we can feel like that is confidence, but that's the kind of confidence we don't want. True confidence in our clothes comes from when we are in coherence with our heart and then in what we wear, rather than compliant with our head and our old programming. Let me explain this more because it's really, really important. True confidence comes from wearing our 3 style essences. I've worked with women for over a decade now in this area, and when they find their 3 style essences, it's like kaboom. It's like that confidence is so embedded deep within them that they feel so extraordinary. Last week, I worked with a beautiful woman called Jasmine, and she knows her style essences, right? Her style essences are French chic, they're sexy feminine, and they're edgy. But she said to me, I don't know what's happening. I really need to come back into my essences in my clothes because something's happening when I'm going to some particular business meetings and I'm feeling really intimidated. And I'm like, oof, okay. Because when we're in our style essences, intimidated is not a feeling that I or my clients feel, right? We feel the true confidence. So we went in and when I was talking to Jasmine, she was saying that she found herself dressing for these particular meetings to fit in, to be part of the pack, to make sure that she didn't feel inferior. Because all these people were in a business environment that had much larger businesses than hers. And so she was feeling on some level inferior and felt like she had to use her external appearance to match them or match the perception that she had of them. Now, that is steeped in this sense of lack. And so every time that she was getting dressed for those meetings, she was actually embodying the sense of lack in herself that she thought she needed to bring herself up to meet these people at a perceived level that was higher than herself. She was robbing herself of her own authenticity, of her own confidence, and in doing so, she was robbing the people that she was meeting with of her own gifts and talents and authentic nature and who she really is. So what we did was we went through her wardrobe and we pulled out outfits that lined up with her 3 essences. You only need the 3 essences in each outfit and you will feel entirely different. We found over 45 new outfits in her wardrobe. The only thing that she needed to buy to bring it all together was a pendant That was it. She thought she'd have this long list. But no, what had happened was because she was coming from her head about who she needed to be, she was disconnecting from the essence of who she really was, and her outfits were not working, and she was not feeling confident in them. So once she got into these outfits with her essences on, she was just like, oh my God. And I would say to her, Jasmine, where would you wear this? And she'd look at me and she'd say, I could wear this anywhere. Anywhere. She said, because this is me. And she was so grounded in her that she was like, I can take on the world in this. And it wasn't this performative confidence. It was deeply embedded, because that's what happens when we're in our style essences. So we really needed to go in and dig and find what it was that was stopping her from wearing her essences. And it was only that feeling of, I need to be someone else within that. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel enough. And it's these kind of programs and patterning that we embed and go through our narrative that we don't even realize. Jasmine didn't realize when she was getting dressed prior to me working with her last week and saying to herself, I need to fit in. What will they think of me? How can I be one of them? All this dialogue that was going through her head was absolutely informing what she was wearing, and it was disconnecting herself from who she is. Now, to find your style essences, we need to get to this programming and patterning. We need to get to understand what's actually driving our choices. Why? Because otherwise, when we get to the style essence part of the wearing your worth, if that programming and patterning is not picked up, it's going to interfere with connecting to which essences are truly you, and not the essences that you think you want to be in order to suffice who you think you need to be. You, in your truth, in your beauty, in your authenticity, is like shines in this radiant, radiant fashion. You are just so at home in yourself that you could go anywhere and feel aligned and aligned with yourself. And when you do that, you're such a gift to yourself, because you say the things you want to say. You take the action you want to take. And you also are such a gift to others, because no one else is like you. And we want you in that room. You being you is the true gift. So just remember this: true confidence comes from being incoherent with your heart in what you wear, and not compliant to the patterns in your head. So to find your style essences, we need to come through these pieces first. So let's finish this video off now with a couple of questions that you can ask yourself. First one is, when you feel confident in your clothes, where does that confidence originate from? Does it feel confident because you're so authentic and so at home in your clothes? Like, and if it's that, you'll know, you'll just feel like, I feel amazing. Like, you won't even think about what someone else will think of you. Or is that confidence originating because someone else says to you, wow, you look amazing, and so they give you a compliment? Or is it originating from them giving you an opinion of what you wear? In other words, is it externally validated or is it internally validated? And let me tell you this, when it's internally validated, the compliments still come in because people just see you shine, but you're not reliant on those confidence. So you don't need the compliment to feel confident. You can enjoy the compliment just because it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself as well. So that is the first question. The second question to get under that is, do you tailor what you wear to avoid the judgment of others, or to create a particular judgment from others? Let's just start with those two today, just to start to get in under some of this programming and patterning, to really just feel into ourselves. And here's the really important piece: do not judge whatever comes up for you in the answers. There is no right, there is no wrong, there is no good, there is no bad. There's just parts of us that have learned to be a particular way because that was part of our strategy for survival. So what we're going to do is we're just getting to know those parts, and then we will come under those parts. We'll love them, we'll come under them, and we will get to finding the essence of you and how you want to express. Because the only reason you've been relying on these strategies of external validation and looking to other people about what you should wear, be it in I need to look, there's so many videos out there on I need to look more expensive or more elegant or more this or more that, or I need to look like this influencer. The only reason you're doing that and using someone else's strategy is because up until now, no one's given you a strategy yet of how to really come in and listen to yourself and know what your truth, the true you, how you really want to express. When you get that, and that's going to be through your style essences, you are going to feel freaking amazing. I hope this video has been of use to you. Please, if you've enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and please let me know in the comments below what really resonated for you, or any questions you've got, or anything further that you would like to hear on what we've spoken about today, or program patterning, style essences, anything. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next one.